Good morning, good morning. It is Monday and I woke up bright and early, made us some coffee. He's gone to work. Made us some coffee in my Zappos mug. Manny is just hanging out next to me and we're watching Grey's Anatomy. Oh, and I'm playing Animal Crossing. It's a pretty good start to the week, I would say. Just waiting for Milo to come downstairs, take him to school. And I think I need to make a list today. I've got that cloud above my head that is feeling overwhelming because I've got lots of to-dos in there. And they've just become a swirling mess of needs to happen. But I can't pinpoint any of them. So I need to make a big list, get all those things out of my head and see what I can tackle in the first 2 days of the week. I didn't make a list, but I did come upstairs and I filmed 2 videos. I'm just editing another Michaela Talks. I'm really enjoying these so far. I was like, what's that? I realised I just put oil on. Before I put my makeup on, I put tons of oil on. Because my skin has felt so dry recently. And so I've still got oil on my neck. That was an unexpected oil slick on my hand. Yeah, I'm really enjoying these videos because I can just, it's kind of what I used to do it on my blog. I'd have an idea of something I wanted to talk about and then I'd just kind of like take to my blog and write this somewhat of an essay. And so if I have something on my mind, I sit and make some notes on it and then I'll do a little chat. Loving it. Loving that concept. Anyway, so I was in the middle of the editing the vlog and I realised, do you remember last week when I was like, oh, there was this thing that could be really, really good, but maybe they won't pick me. Those people, it was supposed to happen tomorrow. Those people just never came back to me. On Thursday, they said, oh, we're still waiting to hear. And then they just never came back to me and it's tomorrow. How rude. I just went downstairs to get some ibuprofen because I've got quite a headache today. I don't know why. I think it's because I've been sat in this room and the light's so bright. And Manny is the gift that keeps on giving. Since he had his, we'll call it an accident, something happened a few years ago where he jumped off the not the table, that would be crazy, he jumped off the chair onto the hard floor in the kitchen and he was never the same. His back, something happened. He like jarred his back or whatever. Years ago, he had an MRI. He's on like daily medication, he goes to hydrotherapy, he goes to physiotherapy. He is a high maintenance dog, you could say. But in the last year or so, because he can't feel his back properly, like he hasn't got complete like nervous awareness of himself. He has a lot of accidents, like a lot of accidents. He had an accident last night and another accident today. But I went downstairs, I was like, where's Manny? That's really weird. And he was like in a really weird place, like in the corner of a room, like, oh, I'm really sorry about doing it again. Like, that's not really what I wanted right now, but he looked so sad, I couldn't be angry with him. Also, if you've got a puppy or a dog that has a lot of accidents, cannot recommend the Vax spot cleaner enough. It is fantastic, really amazing. I mean, it's just useful to have anyway, if you're a spiller like me. But especially if you've got a pet that has a lot of accidents. It's incredible. This is the face of a boy who pooped again. And he's now trying to hide under a cushion. I've been freshening up the paint in Ella's room and I originally painted it all with a brush because that's just what I do. I find painting with a brush to be so much easier. The coverage is so much better. And it's just a quicker process, but obviously the finish is not fantastic. So I was painting her room and it was very patchy. I don't know if you've ever had a teenager, but the rooms are pretty grim. So I was using exactly the same paint that I used 2 years ago, and it was as if I was painting a room that has not been painted for 10 years. So I did the full thing with the brush. It was so patchy, crazy patchy. So I went over with a roller and it just was not, I got like a little roller in fairness, but still, it just was not working how I wanted it to. So I used a sponge. And I feel like you can get painting sponges, you know, like painting pads that are spongy. I feel like that's a thing, right? So I'll let you know how it went when it all dries tomorrow. I still need to do maybe one more go around and I did like an archway on that wall in a different colour, so I'll need to redo that anyway, and I think I'll probably do that with a brush because it's a bit more precise than with a sponge. But, you know, I do these things. I did this with like 20 minutes to spare. I've been doing other things, computer related things, 20 minutes before I've got to do school, and I was like, I'll just paint that wall. This seems like a good time to paint that wall. I did get changed though. I got changed into clothes I've painted in before, rather than ruining the clothes I was wearing, and that's growth. Hey, it's the evening time and I'm making dinner, and I just poured boiling water into this pan to make pasta. Remembered, was it last week or was it the week before, when I was making pie, and I told you all you're gonna want pie, and a few of you did indeed have pie the next day. But I made some instant custard, and I got a couple of comments from people saying, oh my god, you make custard with water, and it blew my mind, because in that moment I was like, wait, have I been making instant custard wrong this whole time? So nobody actually responded to this question. I have to know. Instant custard. Let me just show you what I'm talking about, because we're not talking about like custard powder. Instant custard. Instant. Are there people out there making this with anything other than boiling water? Because the people who were perplexed were perplexed. And it just, I don't know, blew my mind thinking that people are making that with milk. I'm assuming that it's already powdered milk in it. It's instant. It's to be made with boiling water. Also, I got this the other day. I'm just setting up the coffee maker for tomorrow. I'm grinding the beans fresh. I got this the other day when they were doing, that's a little bit more coffee than I anticipated. When they were doing a deal, occasionally they do something where basically if you're buying a drink, you may as well buy coffee because you get the drink for free. It's pretty much the same price. But usually I get them to grind it for me, and I was in a rush, so I didn't. I can't remember what I was going to tell you. Oh, this was really nice. And Lee even asked this morning what was the coffee I made, and it was this. It was really nice coffee. I think I made it a little stronger than usual, but it was really nice coffee. I swear, I never used to be jumpy. Never used to be someone who was like easily startled. And these days, if someone came into the kitchen while I was cooking, I'd be like, oh my God, every single time. Like, you can sneak up on me so easily these days. I just asked Siri a question, and when she answered me, I jumped. What was I expecting when I asked her the question? Manny! I was up in the night with the dog. Honestly, I am usually on the side of, because Lee's a real hypochondriac, I'm usually on the side of like, just wait, because Manny goes to the vets no less than once a month, I swear to God. And because he's like this often, I think he's just, you know, it's because of the other issues, and I think maybe he's also got a bit of a sensitive stomach, but no, I think he's going to be off to the vets this week. I've just been filming and editing, and I am so tired now. I'm really lagging. Also, Lee never has dry lips, right? This is a weird coincidence because I've literally just looked at lip balm in front of me. But Lee never has dry lips. Me and Milo have dry lips all the time. Lee is clearly drinking more water than either of us. But he said this morning his lips have been really dry, and mine have been like, cannot wear enough lip balm. Anyone else? Is it the change of the seasons? I am loath to say it's the weather because I blame the weather for everything. But I think it might be. Do you know, I think I might finish up what I'm editing now, take a little nap. It's 10 to 1. That's not ideal. I don't want to screw up my sleep because my sleep has been so good recently. But when I woke up in the middle of the night, it was just like game over. No going back to sleep for me. So I'm feeling super tired now. I'm going to wrap this up. I do have some things to do. I'm not going to sleep. I do have some things to do. And I'm going to sleep perfectly tonight because I'll be so tired by the time bedtime comes. But I'm going to wrap this up, and I will see you guys tomorrow.